We've got news just in a rapidly developing political situation in Uttar Pradesh. A man being called a front runner for the post of Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Manoj Sinha, will be returning to Delhi later today from Varanasi. Suspense deepens over who the next UP Chief Minister will be, with fresh speculation over both Manoj Sinha's name as well as Keshav Prasad Maurya. Is Manoj Sinha out of the chief ministerial race? Is that the indication from the fact that he will be returning to Delhi later today? Who knows? Clarity only after that meeting of the BJP MLAs that is going to be on in just a short while at Lok Bhavan in Lucknow. I quickly want to bring in our consulting editor Rajdeep Sardesai, who's live with us this afternoon from Mumbai. But first, let's listen in to what Keshav Prasad Maurya has just said.
विधायक दल की बैठक के बाद बात करेंगे। विधायक दल की बैठक के बाद विधायक दल की बैठक के बाद बात करेंगे।
Okay, I want to quickly go across now to our consulting editor Rajdeep Sardesai, who joins us live from Mumbai, where he is at the India Today conclave. We've been able to bring him out for just a few minutes to get him in on this big story. Rajdeep, I know you don't regret it. Politics is in your blood. You love tracking this story as well. Where do things stand right now, Rajdeep? It's a tantalizing moment, of suspense before some final clarity.
Well, the very fact that even now there is still no clarity over who will become the next Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister, suggests how closely Amit Shah and Narendra Modi keep these issues to their chest, don't even reveal it to their partymen. The fact that there are so many claimants who are now coming to this meeting, whether it's Yogi Adityanath, whether it's Keshav Prasad Maurya, whether it's more familiar names like Rajnath Singh or Manoj Sinha, also suggests what a vexed issue this is. The BJP needs at the moment, after this overwhelming majority, to in a way ensure that the next leadership in Uttar Pradesh is the kind that will deliver on the high expectations, because with huge majorities come huge expectations. And the fact that Uttar Pradesh is critical to the Prime Minister's own ambitions at the national level in the 2019 elections. So whoever becomes Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister has to fulfill public expectations and also ensure that the BJP is just as electable in 2019. And I think that's where the challenge before Amit Shah and Narendra Modi lies. Can you get a leader who can take everyone along with him? Because this is a rainbow coalition of a sorts that the BJP has built. Brahmins, Baniyas, Thakurs, MBCs, you've got a wide-ranging coalition that you've built. Along with that, can you also have someone who has administrative experience of running a state like Uttar Pradesh? And I think that's what's taking time. Now there is talk that whoever becomes Chief Minister will possibly have two Deputy Chief Ministers, thereby to strike the right caste balance. Clearly, the BJP doesn't want to get this one decision wrong. It's one thing to make a Devendra Fadnavis, a Brahmin in Maharashtra, the Chief Minister, and thereby break with the stereotype that a Brahmin cannot become one. Make a Manohar Lal Khattar, who's not a Jat, the Chief Minister of Haryana. It's possible in these states to do it because these are relatively low-risk states. On the other hand, Uttar Pradesh is now critical for the BJP for its expansion and for its national ambitions in 2019. So the decision is being taken balancing two factors: administrative experience, or three factors: administrative experience, the ability to carry along various groups, caste and community groups and regional imbalances, and at the same time be someone who has that critical administrative experience and respect to actually be able to in a way fulfill the high promises that the Prime Minister has made. So it's a tough decision, and that perhaps explains just why it's taking so long.
Rajdeep, I want to quickly bring you in for another question, because the information that we're getting from our editors and reporters, and while India Today will not report until there's total clarity, we believe in discussing it, but not any random speculation. There appears to be a new twist in the entire process. There are two channels out, English channel and one Hindi channel, who are already calling it on Yogi Adityanath. The information we have is that there is a new twist in the Chief Minister saga, and that now Yogi Adityanath appears to be leading the Chief Ministerial race, Rajdeep, and that there will be two Deputy Chief Ministers. That is the formula. What's taking so much time? What kind of signal would that send out, Rajdeep, if Yogi Adityanath is the next chief minister?
Well, my sense is if the BJP has decided to make Yogi Adityanath their chief minister, or is even considering him, then in my view, the BJP perhaps has misread this mandate. This mandate, in my view, is not for the brand of politics that Yogi Adityanath represents. It's for the brand of politics that Narendra Modi today represents. Narendra Modi has fought this election despite the odd controversy over Shamshan versus Kabristan, or the use by Amit Shah of words like Kasab, or the subliminal Hindutva campaign that it has run, not given Muslims tickets in this election. The fact is it was a vote for hope, for aspirations, and for the dreams of Mr. Modi, that he will provide jobs, he'll provide housing, he'll get Uttar Pradesh back on track in terms of development. Now Yogi Adityanath represents, to my mind, the old BJP of the 1990s, associated with the Ram Mandir movement, today associated with divisive movements like Love Jihad. I don't think this mandate was for any kind of divisive politics. There may have been the subliminal Hindutva message. Yogi Adityanath may have created a Hindutva base for himself. It is possible that there are people in some parts of UP who voted as part of a counter polarization because Samajwadi Party was seen to attract the Muslim vote. But Yogi Adityanath, I believe, would send out the wrong signal. So personally, I would be surprised if Yogi Adityanath is made the chief minister in a mandate like this. It would clearly suggest that the BJP's old guard in Uttar Pradesh wants to assert its authority. I know that Yogi Adityanath was a star campaigner a couple of years ago in by-elections where the BJP suffered defeats. Is Yogi Adityanath the kind of consensual leader? Remember, there are about over 60, 70 candidates who have been elected on a BJP ticket who don't belong to the BJP, who have come from other parties.
Yes.
Would they be ready to accept Yogi Adityanath just as easily? There are the MBCs who are assertive today, the most backward castes who believe that this is their moment. Would they accept a Yogi Adityanath? Question mark again. So I would be hesitant at this moment to believe that Yogi Adityanath is the final choice of the BJP. I believe that the decision will have to take various considerations into account, and I'm not sure whether that vote of March 11th, 2017, this historic mandate that the BJP has got, is for the kind of politics that Yogi Adityanath represents.
Okay, well, there are media agencies that are already calling it on Yogi Adityanath, including on Twitter. I can see there are many journalists who are already officially stating that the next Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh has been named. The decision has been taken to name Yogi Adityanath the next Chief Minister. I quickly want to go across to our reporter on the ground, Manoj Singh, who is in Lucknow. Manoj, this last-minute twist in this entire race appears to be solidifying. There's no complete clarity just yet, but Manoj, the name of Yogi Adityanath, a man who passed behind you just a short while ago at the Lucknow airport, it's his name that's doing the rounds right now. What are you picking up, Manoj?
Now, this is really very interesting, Shiv. We are actually rallying behind Keshav Prasad Maurya and Yogi Adityanath's cavalcade. It also included Kalraj Mishra and a couple of other MLAs. But clearly the body language of both the leaders, both of them walked together. They were all smiles, perhaps with the victory, but also with the fact that there might have been some solution to the entire Chief Minister's tussle. Both are competitors and contenders as far as Chief Minister's post is concerned. Keshav Prasad Maurya was actually atop his car and waving to the supporters. He took a minute to accept all the garlands and flowers that he was showered upon with. And Yogi Adityanath, we tried to speak to him. He was also all smiles. So he did not put down his window, but he was looking really calm and composed. So there is something really brewing up, and it just might be that Yogi Adityanath is the man that Narendra Modi would be banking on for Uttar Pradesh's Chief Minister's post. But, you know, while I agree with Rajdeep when he says that Yogi is actually the old brand of BJP politics, the hardline Hindutva brand of politics, the BJP might well be looking at balancing the caste equation with getting two deputy chief ministers or maybe one deputy chief minister. And that's where, the OBC mobilization of the BJP is going to get in an OBC chief minister. It could be probably Keshav Prasad Maurya, who would actually balance the caste equation, because the BJP had banked upon the upper caste and the OBC mobilization as far as these elections are concerned. So you could have a deputy chief minister in Keshav Prasad Maurya. That might his smile might have a lot of meaning then, and you could have a Dinesh Sharma to even balance out the upper caste equation. So Shiv, a lot of suspense, a lot of twists and turns, even as Keshav Prasad Maurya's car reaches the Lok Bhavan. That is the location for the grand finale.
Absolutely.
A very crucial meeting.
Okay, we've lost that audio link with Mausami, but I'd like to ask our producers if we can get Mausami live for the next question, because I want to go across and get Mausami on video for that next bit of an input from there in Lucknow. I want to go across now to Javed Ansari and Ajit Jha. To you first, Javed. This is perplexing. At the last moment, there's been speculation for many days. For the past few days, Yogi Adityanath, his name was there in the running, in the discussions, but people said it was unlikely. Like Rajdeep just said, he would be surprised if this is, if this was the choice that was finally being made. Your take on this last minute twist, Javed?
Look, he's always been in the mix, but like I said earlier, never rule out surprises on the part of Amit Shah and Modi. There will be people who will not only be surprised but even alarmed if Yogi Adityanath is the next choice, is the choice of the next Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh. He symbolizes a kind of politics which the BJP would have the world believe is a thing of the past, that this is Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. If that indeed is true, Yogi Adityanath's elevation will fly in the face of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. It would fly in the face of the Prime Minister's assertion that Sarkar Bahumat se nahi, Sehmat se bhi chalti hai. Because Yogi Adityanath, if his past is anything to go by, he stands for a certain kind of politics, a certain very firebrand, hardline majoritarianism. And therefore, like I said, there will be a lot of people who will not just be surprised, but even alarmed at this kind of choice.
This is not what the mandate was about, is what Rajdeep also said. Ajit, do you agree with that it would send out a problematic message, the choice of Yogi Adityanath?
Let me take a different tack at it. We have been doing the Mood of the Nation poll for every 6 months in this country. And every time I looked at the Mood of the Nation poll, Yogi Adityanath is the most popular CM candidate in Uttar Pradesh.
Oh, really?
Overall.
Okay.
Overall the country and in UP. He's always the most popular. In fact, he even beat Rajnath Singh when it came to choice of Chief Minister. Now that is one thing positive about him. He's a very popular man, especially at the grassroots level.
Yes.
But I would certainly agree that the brand of politics that up till now, the image that he has built is he's a hardline man. He comes more from that variety of Vishwa Hindu Parishad kind of politics, which used to be at one time considered an extreme line, and that is not the brand of politics that Prime Minister Modi is trying to sort of give the message with Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, with this idea of majority is not important, consensus is important. Now, after having said that, I did talk to a lot of leaders on the ground when I was in UP traveling around during the election, and many of them told me this guy apparently is very honest. Yogi Adityanath is very efficient. He gets things done. He has that sort of a...
As opposed to his public perception, the perception of him.
His public perception is that he's very popular, as I told you, among the BJP cadres, at the ground level. His other perception is that he's a hardline man. He's not moderate. He's not like Rajnath Singh. He will not argue for, let's give ticket to, for example, minority community. He takes a completely different line. But as you said, this is a very perplexing situation, and it certainly is to the middle class or overall in the country. I think it will send a signal which will be rather alarming to some extent.
Okay, it could be alarming to some extent, but on the other hand, Rajdeep, there's this data which suggests that Yogi Adityanath is very popular. It might send out, a different kind of a message as well. Okay, that line with Rajdeep apparently has just gotten disconnected. I'm going to check if we have Mausami with us from Lucknow. We don't have Mausami with us. Javed, I want to quickly bring you back in while we get our reporters in from there. Also going to try and get in our managing editor Rahul Kaval on the phone line from Mumbai in just a second to get his view on this, because Rahul's been sending us some inputs about this story as well. Like to get his wisdom in on this. Javed, Keshav Prasad Maurya, Manoj Sinha, Yogi Adityanath. I think we can agree that these are the three names above the rest that are currently on right now. I still don't want to put my finger in it and say, you know, there are no other names.
I was about to caution you when you were naming these three guys.
Yeah.
Because who knows? They could
the
be
rabbit could be somebody else.
Yeah, because nobody had heard of Mr. Khattar before he was chosen as chief minister. So don't rule out Prime Minister Modi's ability to surprise everybody. Certainly not when I say surprise, I don't have the kind of surprise that we're expressing at Yogi Adityanath's being chosen, if he's possibly chosen.
Yeah.
But yes, if the question mark against Mr. Keshav Prasad Maurya is that he carries a certain baggage, that there are cases against him, then how is it that the option then becomes Mr. Adityanath?
Who is also a controversial figure.
But controversial is an understatement, many would say.
Yeah.
He, despite what empirical data we have in terms of being popular amongst people.
Yes.
But the fact is that he carries a certain kind of baggage, and it would fly in the face of everything that Prime Minister Modi has been saying, has said in the past, and has said as early as of day before yesterday.
Absolutely. Sharath Pradhan also with us still from Lucknow. Sharath Pradhan, want to get your take on this, on the name of Yogi Adityanath suddenly spiking in these last minute charts.
Even this is a matter of fact that his Adityanath is being unnecessarily overrated. His popularity is limited to Gorakhpur and around, and that too among the rabidly Hindutva kind of people. He is not a popular leader at all, right? And especially in terms of what Modi has gained. Modi has built a new constituency for himself, not by playing the card of Hindutva. It is the incremental vote that he has got in a huge number comes from people who are not traditional BJP voters, who are not carried away by Hindutva. And Yogi Adityanath is extremely controversial. He has often put even the BJP leadership into caused them a lot of embarrassment. In the last election, he put up rebel candidates. I fail to understand how he is suddenly being rated. It's only that element, the lumpen element in the BJP, who are for him. He is popular among them. Because the language that he uses, it's complete. BJP will be sending a completely wrong message across the country, and I can assure you, if somebody like him becomes the chief minister of UP, then Modi will have to rethink about 2019, because that is not the kind of politics that is going to work. And I mean, what one has seen of Modi, it will be a complete, drastic. It will be a demonstration of complete. One would not believe that Modi could be playing that kind of politics. Yogi Adityanath is fine. He is kept in good humor because of his nuisance value. He has plenty of nuisance value even for BJP leadership. But for that reason, I don't think he could be made chief minister. Kind of politics, it is not only allowing, Javed has used a very mild word, it will be bad news for the state and bad news for BJP.
Okay, so there is I think there is surprise, there is a sense of alarm as well about the possibility of Yogi Adityanath becoming the chief minister. It doesn't tie in with what the mandate may be, what the perceptions may be, but keeping with the possibility that the final decision is going to be a huge surprise, the choice of a person like Yogi Adityanath could tie in with that. His name, to be fair, has been in the running, like Javed said, right from the beginning. Right after that mandate became clear, his name was there. Does his popularity stretch enough? What will the meaning be?